Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and I'm going to give you a general breakdown of the upcoming par 4s that you're going to find in the City Park tournament, which is named Snow City, in the upcoming 9-hole cup that starts on Thursday. You can use this video just as a refresher on how to approach these par 4s. So if you're in there in practice mode, this will give you a good idea of the elevations that we normally play and how to attack each one of the par 4s. This is going to cover hole number 1, hole number 4, and hole number 8. As always, stay tuned for my actual walkthrough on Thursday when it comes to your qualifying round, as I will cover the wind angles that we get attached with any elevation changes that we need to make, because sometimes depending on the wind angles and the pull angles, we will be tweaking the elevations ever so slightly in Rookie Division. Let's go ahead and hop right here into hole number 1. Now, hole number 1 is typically one of the harder par 4s for anybody to attack in the game. One, it's a long par 4, okay? We typically need to bring our most powerful driver along with our most powerful wood club. A lot of rookie players will play this one with your big dog, okay? If you have advanced clubs, you can absolutely play it with the sniper like you're going to be seeing here in this video. The only thing about it is we can normally never get the ball onto the green directly. We normally have to play the bounce over shot. Also, hole number 1 does have a little bit of a glitch roll that can give players a lot of problems. That's why I suggest that you stay tuned to my actual walkthrough on Thursday, because I'll be showing you the spin adjustments that we need to play in order to avoid the glitch roll here on hole number 1. But let's take a look at a tailwind angle here. So here we have tailwind mixed with a little bit of crosswind blowing from right to left. You'll notice that we can use a Titan ball, and yes, we are adding a little bit of backspin just to make sure we don't encounter that super glitch roll and we avoid the sand trap, because hitting the sand trap on this hole means you have to lay up on shot number 2 and hope that you can hit your thorn shot to save your birdie on this beginning hole. So hole number 1 will let you know pretty much how your tournament's going to go, because either you're going to pick up that birdie or you're going to pick up a par, maybe even an eagle, which you'll see we get very close to here. So hole number 1, shot number 2, is going to be played here at 10% elevation. Now, this is one that sometimes we tweak it. Sometimes we play at 0. Sometimes we play at 10. So it'll be one of those, just depending on what wind angle that we get in the actual tournament, we'll make the tweaks. But you see here, we're leaving our ball guideline just a little bit short of the hole. And like I said, we are playing the bounce over shot. Now you can see here that even with the maxed out sniper, I am at maximum distance of my club. That's why I said that some people will need to play shot number 2 here with your big dog. Here we bounce the ball up and we get it right next to the cup. So very, very close there to picking up the tough eagle on hole number 1. If you do pick up the eagle on this hole, you're going to be significantly advantage of the field. Now we're going to take a look at the same hole here in a headwind angle. So the headwind angle here, we're going to play around the same area. You see that I normally pick the left-hand side of the fairway to drive the ball on. Now, we're using a little bit of topspin here, but we're also using a Kingmaker. Kingmaker is a ball that we typically like to avoid in most situations when it comes to Rookie Division, unless maybe we're in the final round and we're trying to win. But here I do think it's very important that we do have a ball like this in order to attack a headwind angle. Because again, hole number 1, it's definitely a long par 4. So we do need the extra juice just to get there, especially in the headwind. Now you can see here that even with the topspin, we were able to find the correct landing position, which is going to leave us for shot number 2. Same thing here, shot number 2, 10% at max. Lucky here on this replay from a tournament past to have the smallest wind, well, one of the smallest winds, I should say. You can get into the ones with the Kingmaker and Rookie, but only 2.2 miles per hour. You see here that we do have to back our target up a little bit just to make sure that when we go to adjust our shot, we're able to pull our rings correctly without pulling into any type of overpower. So here we do make the adjustment. And we do hit another perfect ball, which is always nice. And we come up very nicely, just burning the right edge of the cup, again, for a close eagle there on hole number 1. Now, Hole number 4 is played at 10% elevation, typically always on the drive. Now, shot number 2 is something that we can normally play anywhere between 0 and 15%. Now, of course, again, that's going to come down to the angle of the wind. So, you know, sometimes we add or subtract elevation when it comes to headwind or tailwind. And then sometimes we play a shot with more elevation when it comes to crosswind just because we're trying to counter a wind push. So here we do have a direct tailwind drive. You'll notice that I do apply my spins first, and then there's a particular landing spot that I do look for on this fairway. You'll see here that when I move my target around, there's kind of a sticky spot. Like, it's not the greatest sticky spot in the game, but when I go to take the drive, I can feel it and I know where it's at, and then I adjust my rings. Normally, we don't ever play this hole on Rookie Division with anything more than a Navigator or a Katana. Sometimes we play with a Katana just depending if I want the side spin or not, but typically a Navigator is enough to solve this hole. And you can see here that we're going to play this shot at 0%. Very, very low wind, 2.3 is almost as low as you can get. I do apply my spins first, and you're going to notice here as well that when you go to play this hole, the ball guideline can be glitchy. So, you know, you can apply your spins just like I did, and then you might get a nice tight ball guideline like I have right here. That's what we're looking for. But as you move it around, you're also going to notice that the ball guideline will flatten out. So there is a little bit of a speed spot on this green as well, to where if you hit it, the ball is going to roll faster than you anticipate. So again, stay tuned on Thursday for the actual walkthrough. But we're using this just as a reference point to remember how to play this course, as it's been a very long time since we've had it. Here we make a very small ring adjustment. You can see there, only moved it about 1 ring. Keep in mind when you follow my videos, don't pay attention to my ring pull, because sometimes I pull from the take shot icon. Sometimes I use the golf ball as a reference. I'm all over the place when it comes to counting rings. But when I play, I know what I'm doing. At least, I should say I know where I'm pulling from, and you may not. So that's why I always put the graphic of the elevation played, and if I want you to play a shot differently, I'll tell you a different way to play it as far as rings go. This will take us here to hole number 8. Hole number 8 needs a little bit of tweaking. I don't have a lot of replays saved from tournaments past with the snow. I do without the snow, and the pin placement is the same. So hopefully, we'll be able to knock these down on Thursday and Saturday. But this is overall a tougher par 4. Now, you're going to notice here that I typically play this hole the same way. I've got full top, so 6 top, 3 bars of side spin to the left. I normally put my yellow ring right over here around this rough area where the fairway is kind of on the furthest left-hand side. And then we normally use a little bit of curl to the left. Here, this is a headwind drive, so it is the more challenging drive, but all we need is a Katana here. And this is one, too, that you could also play with a Navigator, as we don't need a ton of yards on the drive. All we're trying to do is get it right here in this zone. That'll leave us for shot number 2, which is played a little bit weird just because of the way that the ball bounces from the fairway to this very slopey green. And again, this is another green in which can have a very inconsistent ball guideline, as you see. You can see here I'm wiggling my target around, I'm adjusting the spins. I'm just trying to find a nice flat part of a ball guideline to play this shot on. But sometimes it can be difficult, and again, that's the advantage of staying tuned in the streams coming later on this week, so that I'm able to figure out the exact spins that need to be set. And then, once you know what spins to set, then that's going to help you save time to find the shot. So here we hit a perfect ball, a little bit of curl to the right, which is never easy to duplicate, and we really don't even come close to getting this one in the hole. As you can see, we stop with good speed, but we do stop at 1 green square to the right, so some tweaking needing. So there's holes number 1, hole number 4, and hole number 8. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If so, please smash that thumbs up button before you leave, and hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, everybody.